Welcome back to another video on this windy day. We are switching the cars around, getting them ready for track day. So the Miata is going to be first, and we have a little bit of things to do to this car, so let's get right into it and pull it up front. So now that we got the car up in the air and secure on some wood, there's a truck in the front. We're gonna go ahead and take the axles off, the drive shaft off, the PPF off, and the diff bushing bolts off. And I think we should be good to go to take the diff out. And then we're gonna go take it to a buddy of mine and get that welded, so that way we can get a nice little track day and not have to fight with this old VLSD. Alright, axles are off. Now we just got to get to the drive shaft. That's 4 nuts. Taking off the drive shaft bolts. We already got one out. We're going for the second one right now, and then I'm gonna have to take it out of gear, spin the drive shaft the other way, and get the other 2. If you can see where I'm at right here, we got the 2 bolts for the PPF that we're just gonna pop on right out of here, and then all we got left is the diff bushing bolts to get out, and then we should be good to go to drop this diff. Go drop it off to my homie so he can weld it. Alright, so at the top here, if I can get to seeing it, right here, this little bolt at the top, the second one got stuck, so I'm gonna have to just chop that and get another bolt. No biggie, and then we can get this out. Alright, so we're going ahead and dropping the final bolts to get this diff off. Put this aside. Alright, now we're gonna drop the diff. And now that the diff is dropped, we can get that bolt out that we cut, so I'm gonna do that real quick. So a very long time later, probably about an hour or so of trying to cut that one bolt out, we are going ahead and finally pulling the diff out. The car is currently not high enough, so I'm gonna kind of drop it off the jack and then kind of drag it out by hand. Got her out finally. Blast them all off and put them in a bag so that way we don't lose these. Now I'm just jacking up the diff to get to a better level for this jug, and then we can just kind of let this dump in here. A funnel would probably be the smartest thing to do, right? So we'll do that, and then just let this thing flow. Before actually taking out the diff, what we need to do is take out the axle stubs. So now, hopefully, we're gonna get this off of here. And voila, we have our diff. Okay, So now that we have our diff taken apart here, we're gonna go ahead and clean everything up and set fire to this thing, so that way he can get some good welds in here. So we got the diff to its destination, and we're gonna drop that off real quick. So as you can see, I took a wire wheel to this half of the diff to clean it up a little bit, because I'm not gonna throw it back in there dirty. There's a bunch of mud, sludge, and whatever else on here, so we're gonna clean this half. And as you can see, it's pretty bad. So yeah, it's gonna be nice and smooth like this, and then we'll have a nice looking diff in the car. Now that the diff is all clean, we can attack those diff bushings and get the nice new ones in there. So I'm gonna have to burn my bushings out, so I'm just gonna let this kind of sit here and heat up the outside. The diff is now done and welded, so we're gonna go pick that up real quick and throw those diff bushings in, put it back in the car, and finally call this thing a day. Cleaning the bushing sockets here. I had my buddy also help me get these out, because I honestly would have been screwed without him. He used an impact hammer. I was trying to use a regular hammer to get these out, and I guess really the easiest way to get them out is cut them and then kind of fold and cave in the outer ring. But yeah, the impact hammer works better, honestly. So I need to invest in one of those, but shout out to Juan for helping me out with that and welding the diff. It looks great. So we got our diff back and welded. Looks good all the way around. And I'm just going ahead and cleaning the surfaces here, and then we're gonna get these back together and throw this thing back in the car, because I'm done with this. These axle stubs back in.